So welcome to the character breakdown series, where we're going to go through all of the characters in the lead up to season 2 of Ghost. Just like we did with Raising Kanan, we're going to look at their character profiles of each and every single character descriptions, their story during season 1, and how it's going to lead their characters going into season 2, what we should expect, quotes from the actors themselves, some storyline and death predictions as well. But we're going to waste no time and dive straight into Tariq St Patrick in today's video. But of course, if you're new to the channel and you haven't done so already, then remember to smash the subscribe button if you want to see everything Power Book 2, Ghost and Power Universe related. But let's talk about Tariq and his character. As we move into season 2, we're going to see Tariq's character in total isolation. In the first season, he had someone to call when he needed help and advice, and that was his mom Tasha. But going into season 2, this is where he'll have nobody to turn to that he really trusts and has his back. And this is why we're going to see him seeking the help of powerful people such as Cooper Saxe, Davis McLean and Rashad Tate, all for different reasons, which we'll look at in detail in this video. So now we're going to see what Tariq's life looks like without Tasha, and how Tariq becomes his own man. Michael Rainey Jr., who plays Tariq, gave an interview and he said this season we're going to see Tariq become his own man, just like Kanan told him in the trailer for season 2. He's actually someone who's isolated himself from the start. He's always kept his cards really close to his chest, even when it came to trusting Brayden in season 1. But I do feel like he's going to have to put a lot more trust in Brayden in season 2. Because they're going to be working closely together, and we can't forget about Effie as well. There was a hint in season 1 where Effie said they could take over the Ivy League together, and Effie really can help Tariq expand. She's smart, ambitious, and money hungry, and is someone who wants to see this financial freedom. But I'm still not sure on Effie because there is a lot we don't know about her character, but hopefully we do find out some more details about her background this season. In the season 2 trailer, we saw how Effie, she's going to be annoyed with Tariq because Brayden seems like he's battered and bruised, and it does seem like Tariq was too busy with Diana, which is why Brayden couldn't get in contact with him, and which is why we saw Effie and Diana kick off, because Tariq was probably too distracted with Diana. So having mentioned Diana and Effie, let's talk about his love life next, because Courtney Kemp did confirm his relationships are going to get more complicated, and while all that's happening, he's still got a love life. And in season 1, there was only Diana and Lauren for the majority of the season, but in season 2, Effie's going to be a regular, and he's also going to be working with her. With Diana, the issue is she's Monet's daughter. He knows that he can't mix business with pleasure, but we all know it's going to happen anyway, as we've seen in the teasers. Drew even mentioned that she'll end up sleeping with Tariq, and it does look like it's going to happen. With Lauren, she's someone who's like Angela, is always looking at the right side of the law, for now anyway. She believes drug dealers and murderers should be behind bars, and that's exactly what Tariq is. A lot of the conversation between them in their canonical studies class is relatable to Tariq's life. We heard how Lauren said, there's just certain boundaries you don't cross, but Tariq's response is, they all have to play the cards that they've been dealt with, and they all have to deal with their consequences. But no doubt, even if they do have this little conflict about what's right and what's wrong, I think Tariq really likes Lauren, most out of all of them. But what happens when Lauren finds out about Tariq's double life? Because I do think there will come a time where she does find out the truth, whether it's in season 2, season 3 or 4, I'm sure she'll find out at some point, and I think it's going to be sooner rather than later. But the question is, will she accept Tariq and the choices that he's made, because he seems to have an answer for everything, in their canonical studies class at least. We've also seen the good turn to bad before, with Angela when she found out that James was Ghost, so I really wouldn't be surprised if Lauren was dragged into Tariq's double life and turns as well. But as for who the right one is for Tariq, I think him and Effie, they'd make a dangerous team, because they're both on the same wavelength. Effie mentioned how they're both monsters, they're both in the game, and they would make a dangerous couple. But it all comes down to trust at the end of the day, and we even heard Effie say in one of the teasers, Tariq just cares about himself. But let's move on and talk about the consequences of Jabari's death, because he did commit a huge murder. He done what needed to be done because he had no choice but to kill Jabari. But like I said, it always comes down to him, his family and a gun, and you have to get rid of liabilities and people who know things they shouldn't. We saw how Ghost let Maria Suarez live, and this almost came back to haunt him, but this will definitely have an effect on Tariq. Michael Rainey Jr. said it will affect Tariq because everything Tariq does affects him. A lot of things that he does, it's more because he has to do things just to survive. It definitely is going to mess with him. Nobody really wants to kill, so he's definitely going to have to learn to live with that. And he is going to have to learn with killing Jabari, because he was just an ordinary civilian. He was this professor, not someone like Ray Ray, who he also killed, who deserved to die because he killed Reyna. So this kill will definitely mess with him. And we've already seen some of the consequences of Jabari's death in the trailer for season 2, because this is going to be at the center of investigation, along with Ramirez's death. He's going to be taken in for questioning. And this is where he's going to call Cooper Saxe, because he's one of the 3 people in a position of power and influence that Tariq is going to need in the second season. There's going to be a moment in season 2 where Tariq is talking to Saxe, and Saxe is talking to someone else, who most likely will be Davis McLean. And as Tariq leaves the room, Saxe is going to say, well, now more people are going to die. And this is the realism of the whole situation. Wherever Tariq goes, he causes a death. And whether Tariq likes to kill or not, he is a killer, just like he admitted to Tasha in episode 10 of the first season. The look on Tasha's face just told us that she's created a monster, just like Effie told Tariq that he is a monster, and I'm sure at some point in season 2, he may have to kill again, because as Saxe says, wherever he goes, he causes a death. Just like in this scene where he has the hallucination of Kanan, which may not just be one scene, it could be a reoccurrence across season 2. Where we see Tariq having hallucinations of Kanan, but no doubt Tariq, he's gonna have to smoke someone, as Kanan tells Tariq that it's time to become his own man. So there is gonna be a lot of ethical dilemmas for Tariq inside and outside of the classroom. We've seen Ghost Stars tease, does the end justify the means? This is one of the questions that he's gonna be asking himself with a lot of the situations that are put in front of him in this coming season. Last season he was faced with a situation where he was asked to kill Epiphany. But as we went through earlier on in the video, Tariq only kills when he has to, and he found another option. He paid her off to disappear. But he's going to have a lot of decisions and choices to make, from what's right and from what's wrong, and is there a greater good? The choices that he makes, some are going to be different to what Ghost would have done in the same situations, and some decisions, they're going to be the same, just like how he looks in the mirror after making the choices that he makes, reminiscent of how Ghost always used to do the same. In the very first episode of Power, we saw this, how Ghost walked past the mirror, and this mirror was placed here on purpose, because it was symbolizing how there were going to be many different versions of Ghosts throughout the season and throughout the series, and how he was going to change over the course of Power. For example, how we saw Ghost, James St Patrick, him living this fairy tale life with Angela, and how he killed one of his most loyal soldiers in Roller. And those are just a few of the situations with Ghost, and we'll see similar from Tariq, where we'll see these different versions to him, with him facing these ethical dilemmas. And another which he's going to face will involve Carrie. She's going to find out about Jabari being killed as she sees his body at the morgue. And her past as a former prosecutor will definitely come into play, because she's going to start doing her own investigation as Stansfield, because she'll also want answers to what happened. And with the information on Jabari's computer still lingering around, this will definitely play a part. It's already been teased with whoever finds Jabari's computer, they're going to have a lot of information, and I think Carrie's going to be the one to find this. And with Jabari writing about Tariq's life story, I'm sure Carrie will slowly start to put the pieces of the puzzle together over the course of season 2. And as we all know, Tariq is going to have to make some sacrifices in season 2, but sacrificing and killing another one of his professors may not be the smartest of moves, because the last thing he needs is further heat around the campus and with law enforcement. But someone is definitely going to have to go down for the death of Jabari, and for Ramirez as well, which I don't think will be Tariq, but nobody else is safe. So who goes down for the death of Jabari or Ramirez? We probably may not find out until the end of the season. But I really wouldn't be surprised if it is one of the Tejadas, because Tariq is going to have to sacrifice someone. And what about his relationship with the Tejadas outside of Diana? Monet is going to start to question whether Tariq is what's best for her family, because she'll want to protect Zeke at all costs. We just have to look at a few scenes from season 1 where Monet told Zeke that he's too valuable to the family, and a few other times where she made sure to protect him. Zeke is their way out of the game, and she don't want to try and distance herself from Tariq in season 2 because of all the attention that he's going to have with the whole Jabari case. The spotlight is firmly going to be on Tariq, but we all know they're going to be working together again because of the trailer and the various teasers that we've seen. And as Tommy said, she really does need to watch Tariq because he doesn't trust anyone and he's out for himself. He'll do whatever he needs to do to protect himself and Yaz. But let's move on and talk about Kane and Tariq. With Kane watching on as he killed Jabari, which is a huge moment in season 1 for many reasons than just Jabari's death, because it would have completely changed Kane's perception of Tariq. They're going to come together a few times, as we've seen throughout various images and teasers that Ghost Stars have released. Kane definitely doesn't want to go down for the murder of Jabari, and that's going to be the main talking point between these two characters over the season. And the question in season 1 always was, can Tariq trust Kane? But I think it's the other way around now. Just like Tasha taught Tariq, get others to trust you. Tariq convinced Kane to give him the gun, and he'll sort everything. He'll constantly tell Kane, I got this, just like Ghost used to say, I've got this. And Kane is going to have to put some trust in Tariq. We spoke about the position of power which Tariq has, which is the murder weapon used to kill Jabari and Ramirez, and we've seen him frame Kanan before with Tasha's gun. So I really wouldn't be surprised if he frames someone with a gun again. And I wouldn't be surprised if he has McLean and Saxe to help him do this either. He'll be working closely with both of them. Davis McLean is going to smell money when he hears about Tariq being caught up in another murder investigation, because that's all he's about. He's about money. But one thing Davis McLean does, he wins, and that's what Tariq needs. Davis McLean is going to be Tariq's Joe Proctor, and Cooper Saxe is also going to be useful with his relationship with Jenny Sullivan. But Rashad Tate, he's also going to be one of these powerful and influential people that Tariq will need the help of. Just like we saw in the trailer, he told Tate that he could use the help of someone like him, and this will come in the form of Tate's influence that he has. We saw how Yaz was taken into foster care, and one person who can help Tariq with this is Tate, because he's done it before. Dre's baby girl was taken away from him in season 6 of Power, and with a little convincing from Ghost, he helped reunite the two, of course using it as a publicity stunt as well. Nothing that Rashad Tate does is out the goodness of his heart. He'll definitely be asking Tariq for a favour in return, and I really wouldn't be surprised if he tasked him to kill someone, just like he asked Dre to kill Ghost. Because we've heard Rashad Tate telling Tariq that he knows what he's capable of, and he knows what he's capable of because he knows he killed Ray Ray. So whatever Tate wants Tariq to do in return, you can bet it's going to set up Rashad Tate's spin-off influence, which we'll talk about in a bit more detail in Tate's character breakdown. But let's move on and talk about 2-Bit and Tariq, because this is still one issue that Tariq still has lingering around from the end of season 1. Tariq still owes 2-Bit for saving his life, and he'll be back to collect at some point. So I'm sure this is something that they're going to address at the beginning of season 2. And lastly, we will see Tasha returning at some point, but I don't think it's going to be in season 2. This season is going to focus totally on Tariq's isolation, where he becomes his own man. But even though we're going to see Tariq growing up and experiencing more, he'll need Uncle Tommy's help at some point, and it was teased by Joseph Sikora a while ago. The reunion of Tommy, Tasha and Tariq is something I feel needs to happen and will happen at some point in the future, but I think there are a few seasons away from this happening, and whether it happens on Ghost or Force, let's wait and see. Because I think that is a story that they'll build up over the course of the next few seasons, not just on Power Book 2 Ghost, but Power Book 4 Force as well. But that's just a breakdown of the storylines involving Tariq and what we can expect from his character going into season 2. So let me know what you guys think about Tariq and how he's going to be at the center of attention for the murder investigation of Jabari, his relationships, not just with the Tejadas, but his love life. He's going to have to be fighting to get Yaz back as well with the help of Rashad Tate, and all of the other countless of problems that he's going to face. It's not going to be an easy ride for him, that's for sure. So drop all your thoughts down below, and of course if you haven't done so already, then remember to smash the subscribe button if you want to see everything Power Book 2 Ghost and Power Universe related over the next couple of months. But as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.